21 Everest. I'm actually just reaching out regarding the home for sale on Bella Vista Drive. Give me a call back when you have a free minute. My number is 801-859-6134. Again, 801-859-6134. Thank you. Unmute everybody, yeah.
Do you want me to allow them to be able to unmute themselves?
Sure. Okay. What's up, everybody? Everybody rolling? Good to be with you. I bet you were expecting me to get on here and say welcome, but I'm already calling because that's what you do when you prospect. You start on time.
At the tone, please record your message. When you finish,
I am going to talk, though.
Or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, this is Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest, just reaching out about the property for sale on 29th Street. Give me a call when you have a free minute. My number is 801-859-6134. Again, 801-859-6134. Thank you. Did we send a text out that says we're doing this? Yeah, already.
Please leave your message for 801-850-1355.
Hey, Donovan, this is Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest, just reaching out regarding the property on Alpine Vista Way. Had a couple questions about that. My telephone number is 801-859-6134. Again, 801-859-6134. Thank you very much.
Hello, this is Abby.
Hey, Abby, it's Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Doing very well. Thanks for asking. Hey, I'm actually just reaching out about the property for sale in West Bountiful on 2050 North. Is that home still available?
Yeah. It is.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. And then I wanted to touch base. Did you end up listing that with an agent or is it for sale by owner still?
It's for sale by owner still.
Okay, good to know. Well, one of the reasons I was reaching out is my team and I, we work with a lot of buyers and sellers in the area and wondering if we did bring a buyer through, if you're working with agents on the buying side.
We would. On the buying side, we'll work with you guys, and commission is negotiable based on the purchase offer and everything. So.
Of course. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think I'd do the same thing too if I were you. Another quick question for you. What is the current price that you have on it?
$389 is what we've listed it for.
$389. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And then one of the main purposes for my call was just to reach out. I mean, I know that right now you're selling it for sale by owner, which I assume you're trying to get as much money as possible, which I would do the same. Is there a point at which you might consider interviewing real estate agents for the job?
We actually kind of have a plan in place. So this time I'm going to say no.
Oh, okay. So you have a plan, like do you already have an agent picked out or?
Well, yeah, we have several options.
Oh, good.
So,
good.
Yeah. So at this point, no.
That's great. You know,
we
and
are definitely, so like I said, we are definitely willing to work with buyers agents. So.
Which is wonderful. And in fact, I think that's great. The only comment that I would make is just totally respecting the fact that it sounds like you've got a lot of stuff worked out. One of the things I've done in the past for people who are in a similar situation to you is at least be able to share like a 10 or 15 minute message with you about what I do differently to get a home sold. And the reason why is, look, even if you decide you're not going to work with me, I'm certain that some of the stuff I'll share with you will at least prompt some questioning, some questions that you may have for the agents you decide to work with. And then also, who knows, it may turn out to be an opportunity to work together. But I suppose if there was an agent out there that could get you more money for your house and get your home sold even more quickly, I assume you'd want to talk to them. Is that fair to say?
Maybe not, because I don't know, we will definitely keep that in mind that you have this presentation, but we've we've kind of been around the block a little bit with real estate
Okay.
agents. So
Oh, totally
we,
understandable.
yeah, but we appreciate you reaching out and trying to help us out.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking my call. I wish you guys nothing but the best, and I'll keep following up just to keep in touch to see how things are going. And then if an opportunity arises, if this coronavirus stuff slows down, I'd love to actually see the inside of the property. And then, we can chat some more, but I'll just follow up with you and see how things are coming along.
Cool. Thanks so much,
Hey,
Jeremy, for reaching out.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. One last question for you.
All right.
Thanks so much for the time. Just one last question. You mentioned that you did have a plan in place. What was the timing at which you might hire one of those other individuals that you know already?
We've actually been reached out to by a lot of people so far.
Understandable.
So there's a lot of interest generated with the property already. So
Good.
We have, there's lots of different things we can do where we retain more of
The equity, cash, keep it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, they're not solid yet, but we're really not in a rush.
Awesome.
Either, so.
Well, that's great. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll keep in touch and obviously wish you nothing but the best and hope that you keep as much cash as possible. And then I'll follow up with you. And I've got a unique strategy. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm assuming there's a certain amount of money you want to walk away with. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Yeah. And so as long as you get that much money out of it, I'm assuming it really doesn't matter if it's me that sells the house or you, as long as you walk away with those dollars. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Awesome. So I'm going to keep in touch with you. If something works out for us to connect sooner rather than later, that'd be great. But this is my cell phone number, and I'll send you a text so you can connect with me if you need to down the road.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you, Abby.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, there we go. First person on the phone. Took us 6 minutes, we'll say 7 minutes maybe. And yeah. Oh, I'm seeing texts from people saying they don't see a link for the Zoom call. So just an FYI, Russ. So, hey, how's everybody doing? It is great to be with you. Give us a wave if you're here. We've got, looks like close to 40 people on, but we're trying to get a Zoom link out there. I've got a few things that I want to touch base. Look at me. I'm using Clorox wipes on everything I'm doing. Russ set his computer up, and I made him wipe it down with Clorox. We're keeping social distancing rules, so life is good. But I do want to talk about some stuff. Okay, leave message. Yeah, that's actually what I was about to. That's what I was about to write down here. I'm going to put up on the board while I'm talking to people what we'll call like a parking lot area, which is when I have something that I want to share with you, I'm going to put it up here so I remember to talk to you about it. So first question was, oh boy. I guess I've already wiped down Russ's thing so I can touch his computer as long as he's okay with it. Other way. First question. So I see if you get an answering machine, you feel it's okay to leave a message. How long before you call them back? Great question. I've heard this over the years from a number of different people, one way or the other, whether you do leave voicemails or you don't leave voicemails. My opinion is it depends on what your approach is as an agent. So for example, if I was going to be like a full-time crazy calling these FSBOs every single day, 2 or 3 times until I connect with them, I would probably wait to leave a voicemail until the second time that I spoke to them or called them an attempt. However, I know personally that I am not going to do that. And so, especially right now in my current role, so I just know this is my one chance. So what I like to encourage people to do is say, if you're one of those people that are kind of like, it's a small miracle that you got on the phone and prospected in the first place, leave a voicemail, because all that does is increase your chances of getting a call back. I did the math once. By the time the phone has rung 4 or 5 times, I'm going to do the math again now. By the time the phone is rung 4 or 5 times, and then you leave a voicemail, it's like 18 seconds. If you multiply that by, let's say, 50 phone calls, so you left 50 voicemails, That's 900 divided by 60. That's an extra 15 minutes of your day that you have done to leave a voicemail. And in my opinion, do you increase your chance of them calling you back by leaving a voicemail, or decrease your chance? You increase your chance. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Unless you're an agent that's going to keep calling and calling, which would be the best approach anyway, until you connect with them. But yes, I do leave a voicemail. Next is hello from Amelia. Hello, Amelia. You look great. Thank you, Fred. You look great too, man. I assume you're talking to me? It might have been Russ. So would it be a good idea to ask FSBOs in this market how they are handling showings with the coronavirus? Wonderful question. I don't think that's a bad thing to ask. Why not? Yeah, I think anything you can do. You'll notice on the phone call I just had, if you were participating, that one of the things I try to do is extend the call, meaning that I could have been on that call and said, hi, is the home still available? Yes, great. I wonder if there'd be an opportunity for us to connect down the road. And she said, what was her word to me? She said, you know, we already have a plan in place. Guys, I've spent so much time with agents, around agents, prospecting with agents, listening to agents prospecting, and I know that 95% of agents, not just at Century 21 Everest, but just around the globe, they are going to end that call at that moment and they're going to say, okay, great, thank you, have a nice day. Call me if I can help you. And they're going to end the call right there. That would have been about a 45-second phone call. Abby and I were on the phone together for 4 minutes. That's not bad that's not bad for a no, right? It was 4 minutes, but it was a no. So anyway, I like that question, asking them. It's just a great way. So, okay, cool. I'm going to keep calling. I just want to throw a couple ground rules out for you guys so you know. The purpose of me making these calls today is not to say Jeremy's the greatest prospector phone caller in the world, because I'm not. And you're going to have opportunities to probably be critical of the things I say, the things I shouldn't have said, and all that, which I'm totally open to. I have no ego about it. But I want you to know that my intentions and that what my objective is today is to inspire you to get on the phone, to have you be inspired to get on the phone and know that you can make these calls just like I'm making these calls. I'm not a full-time prospector. I do it with agents from time to time to help, especially when it comes to FSBOs and expireds and all that good stuff. But I'm pumped to be with you today, and I'm going to keep making some calls. And if you have questions, throw them out there, and we'll keep rolling. Okay, here we go.
It says it's sent, but I just think it must be cycling through. But
Tim Croneau's the one that asked, so she has it now.
I was gonna say I sent 2 emails, but
Yeah, hey, is this Gregory? Gregory, it's Jeremy here calling from Century 21. How are you? What do you need, bud? I'm actually just reaching out about the property for sale on Huntington Drive. Is that still I haven't seen the inside of the house yet, but I'd love to take a look at it. I work with a lot of buyers and sellers in the area, but I certainly wouldn't want to tell you, oh, that's a hang up, guys. That is the first hang up of the day. A Jeremy that was not being recorded right now would call that guy back immediately, but I'm going to exercise great caution and not do that because but you know, it's fun to call those people back and say, oh, it looks like we got disconnected. 1385. I will say, though, that's the name of the game. You're going to get hung up on by people, and I can live with that.
you're gonna have to wipe this down. I want to check something. It's showing as a hold approval. Should just not send it at this point.
What does that mean? Yeah, keep going. We're going for a while, right? So While I'm making calls, just let you guys know, Russ, please social distance from me. Oh, see, I don't even know who I'm calling right now. Okay, a couple other thoughts. I'm going to do some FISBOs. I'm going to do some.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, is this Scott?
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. How are you?
Good.
Good, good. Hey, I'm actually reaching out. I came across a property for sale over on 4,000 West. Is that home still available?
It is.
Okay, awesome. And are you still selling that for sell by owner, or did you end up listing that with a real estate agent?
No, I'm just going to take care of it.
Or taking care of it yourself?
Yep.
Awesome. That's great. Well, the main purpose for my call, I wanted to reach out to you and see basically if there's a point when you may consider meeting with some real estate agents and consider the possibility of looking at one of the marketing strategies.
Maybe in a month or two if I haven't sold it.
Okay, cool. Well, that's great. I'll make note of that and keep in touch with you. And then again, I work with a lot of buyers and sellers out of the area. Tell me a little bit about the property and then maybe why you're selling and all that good stuff.
It's just an investment property. It's a mobile home in West Jordan. I fix them up and I carry the financing on it.
Oh, you carry the financing on them. Great. So it's been totally remodeled?
Top to bottom.
Okay, awesome. And then what price do you have that at right now?
$69.9 if I do all the financing, 2% down payment to be between about $650 and $700.
Awesome. Wow, that's unique. Usually you don't see a lot of people that are willing to do that kind of thing any day. Are you willing to get something sold without you doing the financing, or is that kind of part of your gig that you want to be the one that carries that note?
If somebody wants to, that's fine.
Okay, awesome. Well, cool. And then how about activity levels? We've still seen a lot of action happening amidst the listings and stuff these days with all the coronavirus and stuff. Are you still keeping pretty active with that?
Yeah, it's only been 2 days.
Okay, good. I mean, you've had some showings.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to keep following up with you and just see how things are coming along. And then at some point, I'd love to connect with you and share with you a little bit about what we do. I mean, obviously you're seasoned in the world of real estate with what you're doing, but I'd love to connect with you and see if there couldn't be a way for us to do some business together. How many homes do you sell a year usually?
Anywhere from a half a dozen to 100.
Okay, anywhere from 6 to 100?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Years. I've done it for a long time.
That's a big gap. Are you doing more like the 100 these days or closer to the 6 nowadays?
A little slower now.
So that's a good question. Are you looking for opportunities right now?
Yeah, but not in stick-built homes. I just stick with mobile homes. That's what I do.
Yeah. So yeah, well, that's great. In fact, I've got one up in Bountiful right now that could become an opportunity. What's kind of the criteria for you in order to put a deal together like that?
Just got to leave some money in it for me.
Gotcha.
They may need at least 10% down or whatever they want me to finance it for them and have to add some to it because they're mobile homes. They always go bad.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Well, I'm going to touch base with you. I'll follow up and see how things are coming along. And then, yeah, we'll go from there.
Sounds good. I
Hey,
appreciate it.
thanks a ton, Scott. Appreciate it. Take care. Mobile home, I usually I don't want to say skip that. It's good to talk to people. I'll just give you guys a few thoughts. I mean, the purpose of what I'm doing, again, we've got more people on. My objective is to inspire you to get on the phone and start making these calls. I would handle some of these a little bit differently. I'm trying to pump through as many calls as possible. That's an interesting situation there, though, because it's easy to look at him and say, it's a mobile home, move on to the next one. But boy, think about if you created the relationship with this guy who clearly has money and he clearly has the opportunity and vision for earning some dollars, and you think, what could you do to get involved with this person? How could you help him? What opportunities could there be? I mean, frankly, just looking at that, and for whatever you guys may be thinking, but that's a buyer right there, right? That is a buyer looking to accomplish something. So if you had absolutely nothing in your pipeline right now, you were trying to find some opportunities to get some business going, this is the type of individual that you could spend a little more time with, understand a little bit more, and then possibly go find some information for him. So, okay, I said I'm going to do a little bit of each. So I'm going to move off FSBOs now. We've been doing it for 20 minutes. Oops. Let me try expireds. Now, expireds are always the tricky one because, boy, numbers seem to really be bad that way. But I'm not going to start with a negative attitude about numbers being bad. I'm going to let Rick Bentley slap me later for acting that way. I shouldn't do that. I'm going to call because there's going to be a right number. Good lesson for all of us there. Go. Here we go.
Number that does not accept solicitations. If you are a solicitor, please add this number to your do not call
Am I a
list and hang up now.
solicitor?
Otherwise, please
Being
press
on
1
video,
or stay
I'm
on the line.
going to say yes. And any other time, I also would do that because it's the right thing to do. Now, some of you might be thinking I'm living in the Stone Ages here by dialing numbers. Listen, I know that some of you have a dialer system. I know that some of you have access to that. I know many of you do not. So again, with the objective of just inspiring you to get on the call, I'm just making the calls the way that many of you would right now, which is picking up the phone.
Hello?
Yeah, hi there. Is this Tiffany?
No, that's my daughter. And if you're calling about her house, it has been sold.
Oh, it has. Good for her.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, the information I had was showing that she had listed it for sale and that it had not sold yet.
Well, actually, the realtor who listed it bought it.
Oh boy, now that's a great turn of events, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's
Oh,
wonderful.
good for her. Well, please congratulate her for me.
Will
This
do.
is Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. So,
Okay.
one question for you though: do you have any other daughters that are trying to buy or sell real
No.
estate right now?
No property.
Nothing.
We're not moving anything. That's
Nobody.
all past for me. I'm too old to
Oh boy.
do that.
Well, that's okay. Have you done a lot of that in years past?
Oh, sure.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
But you've culled it for now then.
Oh, yeah. Well, forever.
For forever. All
Yeah.
right. Well, do you have any neighbors that you want me to move for you or anything that are getting on your
No.
nerves or anything like that?
No, can't think of anybody.
All
Thanks.
right. Well, you're too nice. Well, thanks for your time and
Thanks.
best of luck with everything.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, I'll make a couple more phone calls and then I will answer some of these questions that are coming through, make a couple of points that I want to make.
Hey, this is Emily. Please leave your message after the beep.
Said Emily, sounded very young. I never think it's a good idea for a grown man to leave a young woman a voicemail. So I'm going to toss that advice out. Maybe the most important thing I've said all day today, people. Huh. Oh my gosh. Devin.
Hey, it's Devin.
It's
Try
Devin.
to get to the phone right now. Please leave a name and a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
At the tone,
Try to
please record
provide
your
some
message.
value
When you
on the
finish recording,
voicemail
you
to
may
get
hang
them to
up
call you
or
back.
press 1 for
This is an
more options.
expired call.
To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, what's up, Devin? It's Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. Hey, I saw your property for sale on Shade Hill Lane and was surprised to see that that thing didn't sell. Give me a call back when you have a free minute. My number is 801-859-6134. Again, 801-859-6134. Thanks, man. Will Devin call me back? I don't know. He should. Probably a good time for me to note that, I'll tell you in a second. Uh-oh.
Matt Hofolka.
Same name. This is great. Hey, Matt, it's Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. Actually reaching out to you regarding your property on Ticklegrass Road. I just wanted to follow up with you. I was actually surprised to see that that didn't sell. Give me a call when you have a free minute. My number is 801-859-6134. Again, 801-859-6134. Thanks. Hey, still moving along.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 78531740333.
Okay, I'm going to answer this and then keep going.
Please record
Answer
your
some
message.
questions and stuff.
When you have finished
One more
recording,
call after
you
this.
may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, this is Jeremy calling regarding a property on 4770 West in West Jordan. I was actually just surprised to hear that didn't sell. You can call me back at 801-859-6134. Again, 801-859-6134. And again, it's Jeremy with Century 21 Everest. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Oh boy. See, we're going to make mistakes on the phone, guys. We're going to say stupid things like I was surprised to hear your home didn't call. I was surprised to see your home didn't call. I keep wanting to say phone didn't call. 8427. But I'm doing a million things at once here, so I'm just a little distracted. And I'm trying to make Rick Bentley smile. There he is.
The party you are trying to reach is not available.
Okay. All right. So we've got a couple of questions here. Oops. Here we go. FSBO that. Which service do you recommend for FSBOs and expireds? I am currently using RedX. It's the one that I've used throughout my career. I continue to pay for it. We have a great deal through the company. I like it just because now it's all internet-based, which means that you can get on anywhere you are and use it. Most of them are that way right now. I've used LandVoice in the past for a few years, and that was also good. So I would just say, really, whatever you want. That might be a good question for, like, if I don't know if we've got any of these guys on, but boy, if a Brian Burnett, Doug Carey, Matt Salter, any of these guys were on right now, they could probably give us a really solid answer on which one's the best. But I use the RedX, and it's the Vortex that's all online. So, but my quick answer is going to be whichever one you use and you'll use consistently. That's the best one. Let's see. Miriam says, I notice you have full confidence talking with them. I guess that's the key. Hey, thanks for saying that. And look, I do, because I know that I'm just calling to have a conversation with someone about their home for sale. That's all. I try not to overthink it and become obsessed with, are they going to tell me no? Am I going to be the 80th real estate agent that's called them? What I'm focused on is I know that I bring value as an individual, and will I have an opportunity to connect with them? And could I come and my objective is to set an appointment. And I need to be focused on that, because a couple of calls today, I wasn't as focused as I needed to be. But just really touching base on that is that my confidence is coming from a place of I'm unattached to the outcome as well. I'm okay if someone hangs up on me. I'm okay if someone tells me no. But what I'm expecting is that someone is going to say yes. And look, we might get skunked today because that happens sometimes. And because I'm also kind of all over the place. But I'm telling you right now that as you extend the phone calls and as you just have the confidence of, look, I'm trying to help people. And I know that I can do that if they'll allow me an opportunity. And so one point I'll make is that with the 2 or 3 people I've talked to so far, one of the things I've written up on the board, or at least meant to, is the idea of assuming the sale. You'll notice with every person that I spoke to today, I did not say, hey, would you be okay if I call you and follow up later? Hey, would you mind if I reach back out to you down the road? Hey, what are your thoughts on me following up? No, I've said, awesome. I'll be keeping in touch with you and we'll talk soon. Hey, fantastic. I'll keep following up with you and we'll see if there's an opportunity for us to connect down the road. Think about making sure that you're assuming the sale with people and not just letting them control that conversation. Okay, let's keep rolling. Oops, okay, notice I am using a dialer. How do you file or keep record of calls that you made that you've left a voicemail? Most of these systems will allow you, while you're working them, to keep notes. So when I was like going nuts on a dialer and I had a million calls and trying to stay really focused, I'd keep a pad of paper and a pen that I was keeping notes on. And the purpose was just to make as many calls as possible. So when I finished my prospecting session, that's when I would be able to input information from an administrative side. And so I might, in fact, I think Brian Burnett, who I'm thinking on the top of my head, I'm pretty sure that he keeps his notes and then he hands them to his assistant who inputs those. But I would make that an administrative task. Here's the issue that I find. You guys have seen me kind of walking around, talking, maybe not sure whose number I called and stuff. The point of that is that I'm staying focused on what's important, which is making the phone calls. What I find so many people doing is they'll make one phone call and then they'll take 5 minutes to input information perfectly. And then when they finish that, they go back to the next call and they're going to look up, what's the address? Who's this person? Where's this address on the MLS? Who was the listing agent? I wonder what the comps are for this home and why it didn't sell, and try to get so much information. And then they'll dial the number and it'll be a wrong number. You see what I'm getting at with that? The time gets wasted and wasted. And so my point is I'm just jumping on there and I am calling. And probably what I'll do is I'll call Donald and it's Kathy that I'm supposed to be asking for. Those are just the 2 next names. Or I might say something stupid like, hey, has your home called yet? Which I just did on the last call for any of you that are new to the call right now. You just never know. So, but the point is I'm talking to people now. I've left 8 messages today, talked to 3 or 4 people. It's been 30 minutes. If you just stop to think about those numbers adding up, if I stopped right now, and this coronavirus stuff goes on, I think I've probably talked to 5 people actually. If I stopped right now, that'd be 25. By the time this next month, we go through this next month, that's 100 people that I would have talked to that I wouldn't have talked to if I didn't get on the phone. And something like 1,000 voicemails probably. Guys, you can do this. It is within your grasp to do. And again, I know I could be better on my scripts. I know I should have been up role playing and doing all that stuff, but I'm trying to inspire you to just jump on the phone and make calls. So let's keep reading these. I will skip the nice compliments. Thanks for people who are saying nice things. You're all amazing. My percent of talking to someone is about 18-1. I make contact with someone every 18 calls. Is that normal? Yes. Yeah, and if you're keeping track, Wayne, and that's what it looks like, I would say yes for sure. That's the one thing you really can't control, is how often do you actually connect with someone. You know, you can't make your ringtone sound more appealing to someone so that they'll answer the phone more likely or whatever. It's a matter of a numbers game and the timing. It will change depending on who you're calling. So for example, depending on the lead type, for sale by owners as an example, they're expecting people to call them right now. They're anxious for people to call them because they're wanting to sell their home. Now, their anxiousness and excitement goes away once you say you're a real estate agent. You just got to work through that, right? And change the dynamic of that phone call. But it really will depend on the lead type that you're calling. So if you're seeing it consistently, though, I'd say that that's pretty normal. Okay, all right, I'm just going to keep rolling. I'm going to try a couple more of these expireds because I'd love to get someone else. Dr. Horton, DR Horton, I'm joking. That's a local builder. Oh, geez. It also helps if you know how to use a dial pad on your telephone. Okay, here we go. This will be the last expired call. But look, I've got a ton of leads from expireds right now.
Please leave your message for 80125333780.
Hey, this is Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. Actually reaching out about the property for sale.
Nothing has been recorded.
You got to
Record your
unmute.
message after the tone.
Unmute your call
Simply
too,
hang
guys.
up when done.
That also
Or
helps.
for delivery options, press the pound sign.
Hey, this is Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. I'm actually reaching out about the property for sale on Jamie Way. I was surprised to see that that didn't sell. Can you give me a call back at 801-859-6134? Again, 801-859-6134. I just had a couple quick questions about the home, and I'll chat with you later. Thanks so much. Okay, talk about that for a second. The voicemail that I left. I mean, I don't know how it sounds to you. I think it sounds unscripted from my standpoint, but it's important because when people listen to my voicemail, I think I have a better chance of them calling back. But it's as scripted as can be. Me going, yeah, hey, I'm just wondering if, because they might, and then I'm saying, well, I've got a couple questions. I do have a couple of questions. Are you interested in still selling your home? And can I be the agent that lists that for you? Those are the two questions I want to ask them. So we'll see if any of these people call back. Actually, usually I get a phone call back while I'm prospecting. So I am a little surprised that I haven't had anyone call yet. So, okay, let me move on to Geo Leads. And that's where I'm going to be doing some just listed, just sold. So what I've done is I've just chosen an area here in Utah, kind of out in West Jordan area. Some of you may know Ochre Shadows, near like 62 or 400 south and 4,800 west. I just picked that area as a place I used to spend a lot of time when I was selling real estate full time, and had an investment property there once that we were desperate to sell for $200,000. Now the homes are selling for like $350,000. So I am just, let's see here, a couple comments to make about just listed, just sold. Number one, I looked in the area to make sure that it wasn't like one of our agents' hot spots. I didn't see any multiple sales or multiple listings from any of our agents there. And a side note, look, I'm not competing against you today. If I get an appointment, I'm going to be passing it along to a different agent to work and all of that. This is all for the company providing value to you guys on the phone. So I'm in Geo Leads. I've picked the spot. I want to pick the property here as well. So before I've made these calls, I've gone to the MLS and I've looked to see what homes have sold, are active, and are under contract in the area, so that I can call and say exactly what my purpose is. So I'm going to be talking about this home on Firefox, I think. And I tried to do them from agents in our office. So let's see. Sorry, it's just taking me 1 minute here. Firefox. Yeah, sold by Geneva Tanner. So, okay. So I'm going to keep rolling here. And let's see. So guys, this is as good as randomly knocking doors or calling in the white pages at some level, because, oh shoot, 7584. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Don't let me hang up without this. Oh, these homes are right on the street.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
I'm probably not going to leave voicemails for these people, just because we're running short on time. And I know I kind of teased about that earlier, but I'm just going to keep rolling through. I just want to try to get one person on the phone call.
Your call has been forwarded.
But if I was making prospecting calls right now, I would for sure leave voicemails for these people. A voicemail I might consider leaving for a just listed, just sold could be something like, just, hey, I've noticed that this house had sold around the corner from you, and just ask them a good question in there, create some value. I wanted to call and let you know how much it sold for. Wanted to see if you knew anyone else that was looking to buy or sell. Hey, we had a bunch of showings on this home. There are lots of buyers looking in the area. Are you considering? Just waiting for the dial to work. Stopped on me.
Your call cannot be completed at this.
So this is common to have a lot of wrong numbers in this lead type, but that's how it is. Man, as I stand here, I get a good look of what I would look like if I was bald from a distance. And I'm not liking what I'm seeing, guys. I got to be honest. It just cuts me off there. Okay, Russ wants to non-social distance momentarily. Still hasn't sent that text. I'm just going to stop it and just send that video. Ooh, want to send the video? Recording it. I don't know if we want to send this video out. Maybe we can do a vote on here if you guys think there's value in letting others watch this. Dang it, we need to set an appointment. What's that? I will. Yeah, what's the deal?
Hi, you've reached the pointer. Guess we can't hear it ringing. Try again or leave a message. Thanks.
I'm going to leave a message just so I do. Hey there, this is Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. Oh boy. Rick's thumbs up. He says
Oh,
it's
okay.
good.
Okay.
Everyone can hear me right now?
Yeah. Okay.
He's frozen. I was frozen. Okay. I'm good now. All right. Russ is making me nervous, getting real close to me here. So, guys, that was a voicemail. You might, you did. Maybe you didn't hear. Maybe you didn't hear what I said. But again, just we had a home for sale in the area. Had a lot of potential interest there. Wondering if you or anyone you know may also be interested in making a move in the near future. A lot of buyers looking in the area that want to make something happen. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Okay. Everybody, you look amazing out there too. It's nice to see you. Someone's in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't see the whole thing. They're
Your
waving.
call has been
We
forwarded
love
to an
you.
automatic voice
Golden
message
Gate Bridge
system.
looks awesome right now.
Is not available.
Powell, I'm going to leave a message again,
Please
just
record your
so
message.
that we do.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, David, it's Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. Actually reaching out. We just sold a property over in Firefox and wanted to just connect with you. We had a ton of different buyers that were interested in the home that couldn't end up buying it just because you can only sell the house to one person. But we did want to follow up to see if there were any neighbors or other people that might potentially have some interest in selling. So if you or anyone you know is looking at making a move right now, I'd love to just at very minimum connect with you and let you know about what we sold the home for and give you any info you need. So call me back, 801-859-6134. All right, well, that's a record. It took me 48 minutes to say something really stupid on a voicemail. That was it right there. But you know what? It worked, and I see some smiling faces out there, so it was worth it. It was worth it. Okay, guys, that's Just Listed, Just Sold. That's a good example of why people who are calling Just Listed, Just Solds can sometimes have 100 contacts in a day because they just dial after dial after dial. So, but anyway, we're having some good phone calls here, trying to get some success. So I have done now for sell by owners, expireds, just listed, just sold. I'm going to do some internet buyer leads now to close out. And then I have a couple of closing thoughts. I wasn't sad that guy hung up on me. I'm a little sad that we're losing people on this thing though, but I'm not going to be offended. Okay, but my iPad's not working. It's actually not working. Huh. Russ said I may have wiped too much Lysol on it. He could be right on that. I don't know. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. We're going to keep rolling here. One more second. Okay. Okay, here I keep going. 1385 498. This is Joseph. He's online right now, and he's looking for homes at $40,000. I'm going to tell you a thought about that.
This is Joseph Pados. Please leave me a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Joseph, it's Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. Hey, I'm just touching base with you. It looks like you've been on my website looking at a few properties for sale, and I wanted to just touch base with you to see if you had any time to take a look at some of this land. You can reach me back out at 801-859-6134. I've got some time either today or tomorrow to go and take a look at some of these properties, or jump on a quick call and give you an idea of some other ones that may pique your interest. So my number again, 801-859-6134, and I'll be in touch soon. Thanks, man. Even though I actually want him to be in touch with me, but I'll take that too. 606. Look at this, guys. I'm already dialing the next number. I'm not messing around with anything.
No,
Yeah, hi. Is Cortland available?
no, she's not. We're just looking on the internet at houses, guys. This is like the third call we've got in the last like 15 minutes.
Are you serious? You've gotten 3 calls in the last 15 minutes?
We appreciate you guys' hard
Yeah,
work,
man.
you know?
Well, we're trying to keep it together amidst all this coronavirus craziness. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you. I know you've had a bunch of calls. I'm just curious. How is your home search coming along?
We're just looking at stuff in different parts of the country. It's just like we're just looking, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so right now you're just looking, but is there a point when you might consider actually, are you thinking about buying down the road?
Yeah, probably, but I mean, not at this point right here. I got to get off here.
Jump off this call. Hey,
Appreciate
thank
the call.
you for the call. Hey, I'll follow up with you in a bit and we can connect. He said yes in his heart. He didn't say it out loud, but I'm certain that he is excited about my next call to him. So should have been keep in touch on how many calls.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 801-473-8176 is not available.
Someone's calling.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages.
Oh, I gambled whether I take the call coming in or leave the voicemail. Well, I don't know who it is. All right, I'm just going to keep going with a couple of these phone calls. Whoops. Six 682. Okay, last call I'm making. And I'm going to make one more after this, unless I set an appointment, and then I'm going to give some closing.
Your call cannot be completed.
Closing thoughts to everyone.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 801-644-2178 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Alex, it's Jeremy calling from Century 21 Everest. Hope you're doing well. I'm actually touching base. You've been looking at a few properties for sale on my website. And I just wanted to follow up with you to see how the home search was going. In addition, I see a few properties that I think could be a good fit for you, and wondering if you have time even this evening or tomorrow or later this week to go take a look at a couple of those homes. So let me know what your schedule looks like, and also I can email you a few others. But my number is 801-859-6134. Again, 801-859-6134. And we'll connect soon. Thanks a ton. Okay, guys. All right. So maybe we'll go through later and look at this, but that is 55 minutes straight, 56 minutes straight of prospecting. I know I've spent a few minutes. I've tried to keep it down. But, oh, man, and someone's teasing me about can only sell the house to one person. That's okay. It was fair. But guys, I love doing this. I'm telling you right now, Russ can attest. we all know prospecting is hard. I tried to avoid this today, even last night, sending Russ a text saying, are we sure you want to do this tomorrow? I haven't seen any marketing going out. Do you know why I did that? Because I didn't want to prospect. But how much fun have we had for 1 hour? That's how we feel. You got to rip the Band-Aid off and just do the job. And I'm going to keep doing this. I want to do it again next week if you guys want to do it. Russ is coming up with a way to be able to set us up into little groups and stuff where we can be prospecting together, actually. And so I just hope, at minimum, look, please don't focus on what I said so much and be focused on what I know I brought, which was energy. I brought some humor to the day, which kept it sane. And I brought some friendliness, some enthusiasm, and I took some action, which is I did the job. And I'm telling you right now, if I did what I just did every day for 40 weeks a year, 5 days a week, I would have an over 6-figure income easily, even with just the results today. Because I know that at the beginning of the call with a couple of those FSBOs, I know that if I do, and this is what I'll tell you, that what the next step should be is that I'm getting those people information about my about what I do differently. I'm sending them information about their home and the value of their home. I'm connecting with them. An amazing question that can be asked to people. It's tough right now amidst the coronavirus stuff and social distancing, but just keep this thought in mind. What if I was talking to the phone with some of these individuals today, built a good rapport, and I said, hey, would it offend you if I stopped by later today and dropped you off a packet of information about the value of your home? Would it offend you? Who's going to say yes to that? Like they're actually offended. And then second to that, what do they want to say no, usually? What do buyers, sellers, buyers and sellers in this case, but they're buying you as your services. What do they want to say in a sales situation? People want to say no. So if I say, would it offend you if I stopped by later and dropped off a packet? They want to say no, so they can say, no, that wouldn't offend me. We both win. They got to say no, and I get to drop some stuff off. So very, very important. I'm pumped to keep doing this. If you ever want to do even something with a smaller group, I can do that in person when this thing dies down. But I'm saying it to you, and I'll say it to Russ, if there's value, we will keep rolling and doing some more of this. I don't think I see any other questions. Okay, guys, it's been awesome. Thanks for participating. That's 1 full hour of prospecting. It was not painful at all. Bring some energy, bring some enthusiasm. And guess what? If I had gone and role played with Rick Bentley this morning, I'd have been 100 times better on those phone calls. No chance I would have said something stupid like I said a couple times. No chance. Rick wouldn't have let me. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Thanks for participating always. I hope that you're doing well and staying safe, and you and your families are staying healthy and safe as well. Lots of love to everyone. Thank you. Talk to you soon.